Have you ever completely overreacted to a situation and then wondered, why in the heck did I overreact? Well, today we're going to be talking about that. I had a situation earlier this week that's absolutely textbook overreaction. And I've spent a lot of time really managing the why behind overreaction. I've made a significant improvement in my own mind and my own reactions to different situations that in the past would really get me all spun up. And what happened earlier in the week was I was trying to get some numbers work done. Specifically, I was trying to run a report. And in my identity, I always say, like, I'm not a numbers guy, I'm a relationship guy. And if you were to try and peg my expertise, it's not numbers, it's not processes, it's not protocols. It's all about relationship and communication for me. And sometimes, as a co-founder, I have to do numbers work, I have to do process work, I have to do protocols. It's just not where I like to focus. I'm a little bit more challenged when it comes to those kinds of things. Give me a like if that's you. So what happened is I was working through trying to run a report and having zero success at getting that report run. Somebody from my office peeked their head into my office and said, "Hey, Gabe, you have a task where you have to, click off on this announcement or whatever from our 401k provider." And I shocked myself. I looked over and I said, in a way that was completely reactionary, I said, "I don't care." And the way that I said it was communicating anger, like right past frustration into anger. And it very easily could have translated to her that I was angry with her. So I caught it like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just reacted to that degree. And I said, hold the boat. I am so sorry that I just reacted the way that I did. What's happening right now has nothing to do with you and everything to do with me. I'm having some frustrations trying to run a report. And she offered to try and help me. And I said, no, it's okay. Let me work through this. Right after I said that to her and she, the air was clear, whatever, I had a memory. The Godzilla reaction that I had was tied into a memory. I knew I was feeling frustrated, but I couldn't nail it down until I had that reaction. And the memory was this: in 8th grade, we moved as a family from Hamilton and Wenham in Massachusetts, where my dad was completing his Master's of Divinity at Gordon Conwell. We moved down to Kingston to start a church. And I was enrolled in AP Algebra 1. And I don't know if you caught it already or not, but I'm not a numbers guy. I don't know how I got enrolled in AP for Algebra 1, but I did. And in the memory, I remembered Mr. Reed. He was an overweight man with a big beard. And I remember him getting red-faced angry at me because I simply couldn't understand the principles of algebra. I couldn't get away from arithmetic. It was in my mind I couldn't associate a value with A or B or C. Never mind divisions and multiplications and exponential. So I'm having this memory of being in AP Algebra 1, and him getting angry with me. I remember him sort of calling me out and embarrassing me in front of the class. And I felt two things. I felt shame and I felt stupid. When I was trying to get numbers out of the software that we use, I clicked into that. I just couldn't understand it. No matter how hard I tried to run the right things, I just couldn't pull the data. And it was like I had this block. And when I reacted to her, I became aware of this memory. The memory is why I overreacted. The memory elicited this reaction that was completely inappropriate. And I'm not ashamed of that, and I'm not a stupid person. I dealt with that memory right like when I had it this last time. I just was like, I let myself think through it, remember it, and then went, no, I'm not stupid, and no, there's no reason for me to be ashamed because my father is not ashamed of me. I don't need to be ashamed of myself. And then just let that go. And if we can learn to capture those moments when we're overreacting, we'll actually get to the purpose of overreacting. The purpose of overreacting is not so that you can protect yourself. The purpose of overreacting is so that you can realize what the heck happened from your past, little traumas. Some of them are tiny little traumas. Some of them are big, big traumas. If you're somebody that overreacts regularly, it's worth digging into why you overreact, because you're not by nature overreacting. You're overreacting because of some kind of a trauma that happened. And if you overreact once in a great while, like I don't think I've ever said anything like that to somebody at my company in that way. I think that I have a pretty good history of not overreacting, particularly, I don't know, in the past 4 or 5 years, I've really worked on this. So think about it. Don't just scroll through here. Think about it and learn to catch those moments. And those moments will then become educational and actually healing if you take the time to dig into those things. I hope you're encouraged, and I hope you have a great week.